Hey y'all, Sarah here at Hillside Acres. Today we are going to be working on our milk stand for our goats. We raise Nigerian Dwarf dairy goats here on our homestead. The first thing we're going to do for our milk stand is I'm using this, it's like a fabric tape measure, and I'm going to be measuring from Persia because Persia is our only full-size goat. Full grown goat, not full size. Persia is full size or full grown. Pocahontas, Aladdin, and Dixie are all still growing. They're only a year old, and so they will continue growing for this whole next year. And so we are going to be using Persia's measurements as our average for making our milk stand. We want it to be tall enough that they can easily reach through the head stall into the bucket for their feed. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be measuring from Persia's hoof to her neck and get an average span from there. And then after that, we're going to just do a little bit of research and kind of see if her average span is about the same as the average span of most Nigerian dwarfs, and then we are going to get started on our milk stand. So I'm going to pull her out really quick and have one of the kids help me hold her, and I will measure her, and then we will let you know how big she is and how we're going to take that number and use it to help us build our milk stand. Okay, so we are going to measure right here this inside of her leg to her neck when she is kind of in the downward position. Move out of the way, girls. Move out of the way. Hold on, I got lots of helpers today. But we're going to measure from here to here and just kind of see about how much that is. We're looking at about 15 inches. So we're going to take that 15 inches, and that is going to be the average of where our base of our milk stand is going to meet the head brace.
We are having some technical difficulties with our mic, and so I'm going to have to do a voiceover on this clip and the next clip. Basically what we're doing is we are starting on the base, which is going to be a rectangle. The longer sides of our rectangle are going to be 33 inches. The shorter sides of our rectangle are going to be 18 inches. So you're going to start out with two 33-inch pieces, and then you're going to have two 18-inch pieces. We are using 2x6s because they are left over from a previous project. You are more than welcome to use 2x4s or just whatever you have on hand. This is a project that we are kind of just throwing together with stuff that we already have laying around. Then you are going to need 4 legs that are 16 inches. We are using 2x4s for our legs. We are going to be screwing them into the inside corners of our base or our rectangle. Essentially, we are going to start off with our project basically upside down. We are going to screw our base together, and then we are going to screw our legs into our base with the legs pointing up. So that way when we flip it over, then our legs more than likely will be level, hopefully, if we can get them screwed in correctly. I'm going to go ahead and get these screwed together, and then I will be right back with you. So this is how it looks all screwed together. We screwed the legs onto the inside corners of where the 33-inch boards meet the 18-inch boards. We screwed 2 screws into the inside of the leg, and then we put 1 screw on the outside of the leg. We did put the 18-inch board on the inside of the 33-inch long boards. And we used 2.5-inch exterior screws for this whole project. The 18-inch boards, like I said, are screwed into the inside of the 33-inch boards. And so it ends up being a total of 23 inches wide with that extra width from the 33-inch boards. We are going to get this flipped over and we are using decking boards that we have left over from our kennel project, from our dog pen, our dog kennel, for the top. And so I'm going to get all of those boards cut to 23 inches. And I'm going to put you guys in a little time lapse as I get those boards screwed on top. And then we will get started on the brace for the necks.
I did have to bring in the big guns, my hubby, to help me with this part, but that board across there is just what we're going to use to attach the feeder to, which I don't have yet. I got to go run to the store and get it. But there you go. Just a simple, easy milk stand. And we went ahead and got ours done now. Our girls are not currently in milk, but they should start kidding this spring. But I do want to go ahead because Pocahontas and Dixie are going to be first fresheners. I did want to go ahead and get the stand done sooner than later, so that way I can go ahead and start getting them to practice jumping up on it. So they'll just jump up on there, put their head through, and then I'll just lack it. So yeah, just an overview. The stand is 33 inches long. It is 16 inches tall. It is 23 inches wide. And then the head brace, it ended up being, hold on, let me actually measure that for y'all. Because we didn't measure it. We kind of just, we know from the platform to where the actual hole is for their neck to go through is 14 inches from the bottom of right here to the platform. And that front piece from where it's attached to the base all the way up is 33.5 inches. And so how we did this is we cut this board here, and then we put a bolt that goes through that 2x4 all the way through that 2x6, and so that way it can pivot. Let me try and see. That for me is plenty for them to get their head through, but if for some reason we do need to, we can always just shave off a little bit more of that 2x4. And then it will be able to open up bigger if we need it to. But the girls' necks really aren't that big. So yeah, there is our little milk stand. The only thing that is left to do on it is just go get the feeder bucket to attach to the front. Hopefully this will help y'all if y'all are trying to build your own milk stands. If you would, please like this video, comment down below. We would love to hear if it ended up working out for you, or if there was something you did differently that you think you would like to share with others. And if you would, please subscribe. Thank you. Okay, so when we drilled this hole for this bolt, we took a just a regular drill bit, the size of what our bolt was, and drilled the hole through, and then we took a paddle bit, made like a small circle so that way it would fit into the wood a little bit. And so we got this bolt that has like one of those big circle ends, and so it goes bolt, and then in between we have the bolt, and then right behind the bolt we have a washer, and then we have the bolt that goes all the way through to the underside of the milk stand. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. And then we have a washer, and then we have two bolts, and this bolt is way too long. We actually just had this bolt laying around. It was one that Corey had got for one of his vehicle projects, and then didn't end up using it, so we used it for this project. But I just thought I would explain how we end up doing that, but it just goes through this 2x4, and this 2x4, well, this is the 2x6, and then we just have it washed with a washer. This is one of those lock washers, and then two nuts. But yeah. So if you can't do the cutout like this, there are other ways to do that without doing like a cutout. You can have like a jigsaw and just actually, trace it and cut it out. Or you can take a, what am I trying to think? A sawzall and cut it out. Pretty much anything that just has a flexible saw, you can just make it a square. You don't have to make it a oval. Or there are other patterns where you can have these just be like two full 2x4s and it just looks like a triangle. You would just space it farther apart. And so then they would just kind of like meet together at the top and kind of leave just like a triangle in between the two. That's actually how our old milk stand was, but our skills have kind of grown since we built our last one. And so, ta-da! Look at our two little goats on the milk stand. You put your head through there. Like a little goat. Say goat. Say bye. Okay, well, thank you guys so much again for watching our video. Until next time. Say bye. 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 Are you getting everything? Bye. So this right here is Rory. And then Sadie. And our little goat on the milk stand is Kimberly. Bye. Okay, bye.